Holy Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to Matthew. Glory to you, Lord Christ. And after 6 days, Jesus takes with him Peter, James, and John, his brother, and makes them go with him to a high mountain by themselves. And he was changed in form before them, and his face was shining like the sun, and his clothing became white as light. And Moses and Elijah came before their eyes, talking with him. And Peter made answer and said to Jesus, Lord, it is good for us to be here with you. Well, I will make here 3 tents, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. And while Peter was still talking, a bright cloud came over them, and a voice out of that cloud saying, This is my dearly loved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Give ear to him. And at these words, the disciples went down on their faces in great fear. And Jesus came and put his hand on them and said, Get up, have no fear. And eyes lifting up, they saw no one, but only Jesus. And when they were coming down from the mountain, Jesus gave them orders, saying, Let no man have word of what you have seen until the Son of Man comes again from the dead. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Christ. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. We can see that this is big excitement. Peter has seen the 3 together on the mountain. Moses, Elijah, and his beloved Jesus. 3 of them together. And the disciples are amazed. Moses goes up the mountain himself with Joshua. He goes. Jesus asked Peter, James, and John to go with him to the mountains. He seeks the company with those disciples, and they offer him the gift of their presence. And he, in turn, goes with them and calms their fear. They are fully afraid. They don't know what they have seen and what they have heard. And Jesus comes and he touches them and says, Get up, don't be afraid. They all listen together, and they all are changed. And Moses and Jesus don't walk alone anymore. There is the light of Christ. The light, the light, the light, the light. All of this is knowing who Christ is in us. That light. both Moses and Jesus are transformed. It's not a kind of vertical way, but it's not with God alone, no, but they are changed between the people that they lead and themselves. There we see Jesus speaking, and everything through the earth and all that the earth has is changed. The connections are changed from that second on. There is no great earth shaking. There is no private revelation. There is no private change. But we are all changed because of these happenings. Moses and Jesus both begin to understand what's going on. They begin to understand who they are in God and of God's purpose for them. They are fully open and intentional in their actions with people. They have good reasons, and they need people with them. We offer ourselves to God all the time, and God knows who we are. We need this relationship with God, and He loves us. As we get through Lent, now soon, Lent, we will see the time when we are hungry for the love of God in our life. We want more. We want and need more deep understanding and love of what God has for us and what we are to do in His world. God's purpose for us. We don't know what it could be. Some of us are still trying to figure this out. What does God want from me? What does God want from you? We need God. We need people. We need friends. We need daughters and sons and fathers and mothers. We need sisters and brothers. Jesus is transformed while he's speaking with Moses and Elijah. And Jesus has these three here. Peter says, I want to build you 3 tents. Why? Why does he want to do that? And all of my life, I've been trying to figure out why Peter wanted to interrupt. What would have happened if Peter had said nothing? What would the 3 leaders of our faith say? Peter probably has a lot of reasons, and he wanted to perhaps understand the transformation that he saw in his leader, Jesus. He wanted to know more about it. He wanted to keep it safe. It is sometimes safe for us to keep things to ourselves and not let other people see it, to keep it hidden. You know, people had precious things, and Jesus was precious to those disciples. And they wanted the temptation to keep him secret, hidden, and only let just a few people see him. But this causes a problem. God interrupts Peter, and he tells the disciples that we must listen to Jesus, number one, and we have to be quiet and hear it, understand it. It's not something that we can keep hidden in a tent or keep away and don't touch or look or accept or incorporate into our hearts. Our call is to listen to Jesus. Listen with our eyes, with our ears, and our mind, and our hearts. God speaks to us through his Son, Jesus. And we need to let ourselves become transformed just like Jesus was. We need to be reborn again. Many people say, I'm born again. Well, born again means what? It means renewed. It means turned over and begun again in a new way, in a new life, in a new following. By the grace of God, we have this opportunity. We can see God in a new way. We can be changed and empowered, given the ability to seek and serve God in his world in ever more wonderful ways. We have, through God's grace, the ability to grow and live together in love. We have the great life that God wants for us if we let Christ's light shine in our hearts. One of the most interesting things that I see while I was a foster parent was when the babies would come to my home and their face would be sad and their eyes would be dark. And then after the magic of 3 days, they would begin to, people are interested in me. When I cry, the whole house runs to see about me, worried. Someone will come when I make a noise. Someone will give me food and change my clothes. Someone will look at me and make me smile. This is a transformation that I have seen happen over and over and over again. The babies that have come into my home. This is something that can't be beat. It is something that is miraculous and only caused by God's grace and love. We have the power to make the light and love of Christ shine in everyone's heart. We have the power and the ability to share and live in his ways. Amen.